Hello everybody, and a warm welcome to you again to your golden ticket to success, freedom and happiness. And today it is my sheer pleasure to welcome Patricia Malhofer to hang out with us today for 30 odd minutes. So welcome, Patricia.
Thank you for having me. Well, hello, Maria.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I'm so excited. Patricia is a mind-body mentor who teaches women entrepreneurs to thrive in their lives. Her 5-step model to a 5-star life allows her to have the life that she has always dreamt of, and also live her life on purpose, in line with her mission, which is to empower 1,000 plus women to do exactly the same in their life. Wow, that's an amazing mission, Patricia. Could you, as we get into today, share with us perhaps some moments or maybe poignant times in your life that you feel have shaped who you are today, both personally and professionally, and what you do in your work with these wonderful women across the world?
Yes, I love this question. Thank you for asking it. Of course, there are many things in your life that make small, middle, or big shifts, but maybe there are 3. I think the most decisive event or thing in my life that really changed the course of everything was the first meditation course I did in Vipassana meditation. I was 24 by then, so it's almost 20 years ago. And this was really like coming home. There I really found my spiritual path and also my purpose in this life. And it has guided me ever since. And the second turning point in my life, I think, is quite different. It's when I had my first professional coaching. I was working for the Swiss Red Cross by then. I really had my dream job, but I was also really overwhelmed. I had so much to do. We were foreign aid, emergency aid unit. So whenever there was a huge earthquake or floods or other disasters going on, the workload would be like that, and we would all just go, because it was important to what we were doing, and we could really make a difference for other people. But me, myself, and other people around me would maybe neglect their own well-being quite during these times. And then I had an opportunity and could have also, next to all the work I already had, lead a very exciting project, and I really wanted to do it, but at the same time I felt maybe this is real danger zone. So I asked my boss if I could have a coaching, and this coaching, it was 2 hours and a half, it really changed my life. If you're interested, I can go a bit deeper, but it really made a mind shift. I realized that I can choose any time where to focus on and how to interpret things. And there really the seed was put into my mind body that I want to work with people one day like that. And the third important moment in my life was 3.5 years ago, when I learned in 3 mornings something that is called the lightning process. I had to go to England to do that. And this allowed me to finish 14 years of very debilitating disease, which is called ME. In the UK it's called as ME, or chronic fatigue syndrome. And science, medicine says they don't understand exactly why you start to have these symptoms. What it causes it, and they don't really know how to help you, and they say there is no way out, really. For people that can be better, there's always the risk to have a relapse and be really unwell again. And with this method that combines different things I already knew, but it showed me really a step-by-step process I can apply, and all I have to do is to repeat it. I managed to heal myself, which for me and everyone around me, it was like a miracle. It wasn't a miracle. This is the fantastic thing about it.
Yeah.
But,
wow.
What was so beautiful, and I'd love to share this with you and the audience. This illness has taught me a lot and made me who I am now. And I'm so glad instead of having a midlife crisis, I had a midlife birth. And That's also why I really want to share what I've learned and the gifts I have with the world and other women, to make an impact, to show them how they can be well and thriving. So whenever I told someone, hey, you know, I found a way out, and they could feel and see, even if they talked to me on the phone, they could believe me that it was true. It was like lighting lamps around me. Just the fact to tell them this, you know, I don't know if you get a glimpse of it, but I'm still very, very.
I can see you're smiling. Your smile is beaming, and across the it's very, very powerful to see you so well, and I'm so happy for you, and for anyone out there who suffered in the same way. What could you possibly say, or perhaps not even with the same condition, any other condition that perhaps they've been told, you know, this is it for life, you can't, you know, whether it's a physical, an emotional, a mental issue, what would you say to somebody who has been told there's no way out?
Yeah, this is a really good point. In August, I wrote the blog post where I thanked and talked about 5 people who changed my life. So number 4 is Phil Parker, the designer of the cycling process. And he taught me something I would tell the world and repeat many times. You are a powerful genius. Believe that, it's true. With your mind, you can move mountains almost. But as long as you limit yourself and you believe something is not possible, it won't be. And deep inside me, during these 14 years, I always said to myself, and I said it aloud because I wanted it to become true, I will find a way out. I never give up.
And it sounds to me very much now that you are master of your own mind, body, soul, and life. Was that, which is, you know, a brilliant message and a testament to the power of our mind. Would you say, Patricia, there was ever a time perhaps in your life where you felt that you were not master of your own mind, body, soul, and life, or perhaps that you were a slave to a job or your health, or I don't know, you've talked about your health already, or perhaps something that you felt at the time you were chained to? Could you tell us a bit about that, perhaps, just so that we can really get the message out to our audience that, because a lot of the time what I hear the words, well, it's all right for you, Maria, you're this, this and this, or it's all right for you, so-and-so, you know, it's easy for you to say from where you are, but I think it's really valuable, and it's helped me so much on my journey to hear perhaps of, a story of a breakthrough, from breakdown to breakthrough, in the people that we do admire and, and follow. So is there anything that you can share along those lines?
Well, yeah, of course, this illness was something that was important in my life, where I really felt stuck, even if I wasn't like miserable all the time, you know, don't believe that. And another period in my life was a paradox, and I believe quite often it is this paradox when you are in this situation and you take too long to realize maybe that you're not well, really not well, and that you can do something to change it. I was working for the Swiss Red Cross. This was my huge dream having come true, because I studied international relations. I really wanted to work in the humanitarian field. It took me 2 curves like that to get where I wanted to be. I could do this communication, editing work using the internet, which was still rather young by then, and innovative. And at the same time, as I said before, it was so much work, and there were structural things that didn't make it easy. And then one person in the team was not well and was like off and on, and so our workload was even higher because of that. And then I was already not well. So and then private things came on top of it. So maybe one point where I could start to change was to ask for this coaching session I mentioned before. And in this coaching session, I was like, you know, these A-type personalities, you know, you want to attack stuff, and you have energy, and you rather say yes than no, and go for it. So I sit there and I talk about my job and that I really love to take on this responsibility. And then suddenly she says to me, you know what? I think you're not really that. I'm here to sort out my professional stuff. What is she telling me? And she was right, because my partnership, in my marriage, my private life, there were huge things that were difficult too. And he allowed me like to start to weep and to like acknowledge it for maybe the first time openly, that something really wasn't well. And this was a relief. And then we wouldn't go into that. It wasn't necessary. She was a professional coach. Just to do that and just acknowledge something is really not right in my life. And what I can do and what I have to do is seek out for help. And this may take many, many forms. Just stop believing I have to do it all on my own. I have to hold on and keep on going and keep on pulling and keep on pushing. No, that's not the way it's good.
I love how you... Can I just jump in there? Sorry to interrupt, but I love how you highlight that, the importance of getting help, because and I will vouch for that, because on my journey too, I didn't realize that there were these kinds of places you could go for help, or that that it was a thing that you could get a coach to help you with your life. We knew about psychotherapy, and actually I'd studied and trained in all of that, but it was a totally different ball game, really. So I love how you valued that, and that it did help you change your life, and I love how now you're doing that for other people. What would you say to somebody who maybe would love to step out and get some help, but perhaps doesn't know where to start, hasn't really got the knowledge to start searching, and well, where do I start? Who would be right for me? What would you say to somebody there?
Well, this is a vast question. I dare contradicting you just a tiny little bit with the way you asked the question. I believe strongly that I can't help anyone. I can't help. What I can do is support. What I can do is show the way, or lend my hand, or give a little momentum, help along the way. I think you know what I mean.
I do.
And when someone is in the situation you describe, I was there, believe me. I had moments in my life where I felt so desperate. What you have to do is to commit that you now take the steps that are necessary to get this help. And until you have it, because you can know it. A mentor I work with used this beautiful message that when you have the mentor and the person that can support you, when you meet her or him, or see her or hear her, there's a little bell ringing. And when she said it, the bell rang. And it's physical. I say mind, body, maybe this is a bit strange for some people. At the same time, I believe truly everyone grasps immediately what it means. Because our thoughts, our words, what we do, the way I sit here, what I have around me, the material surroundings, but also what's inside our heads, this is all connected. And like if you have just in your head, this could be the right person, you really have to bring it to your body. You have to feel it. And then when you're still not certain, try it out. Contact the person. And maybe sometime in my life I also was seeing a psychologist.
Yeah.
And the first person I went to see wasn't the match.
Yeah.
And then I could have said, oh, no one will ever be able to help me. No. I had to find the person who could help me. I use help now. Who could support me.
Yeah, we know what we mean. We know what each other means.
Yeah.
I'm really interested for you to share, because I know that you talked about, one of your very first pivotal points was when you did that very first training at the age of 24. And I know that you do draw on a lot of ancient practices and philosophies in your life. Could you tell us about those and perhaps what your daily practice consists of, because I know how the importance of a daily practice for me, and I really love to know, you know, what yours is as well, and how you draw on that to remain in that kind of you know, that aligned state, that happy place, that place of connectedness.
Mm. Well, when I was younger, I tried out many things. I also trained in shiatsu, which is a Japanese massage technique. So I studied Chinese medicine. I studied different nutrition and food systems, Taoism, and of course, the most important in my life will be and is Buddhism. And what not everyone knows, there is this really a part of the philosophy. It's much more a way of living to me than a religion. And there is a part that's really Buddhist psychology, how the mind works, and what we can do to calm the mind. And when the mind is calm, it's most of the time happy, and you have this inner lightness, and you start to shine. So to keep a level of that, I do regular meditation retreats. If I can, my aim is 3 times 10 days a year, so a month of a year. And every day I meditate. I sit on my cushion, who has its place in my house. There again, there are days where I don't manage to do it, and then you have the choice. You can blame yourself, or you can find a gentle way. And my teacher, Mother Sayamachi, she very much insists that you have to have balanced effort. So when you've worked all day and you run, take the shopping and to get the kids, and you cook dinner, and you never had a minute for yourself the whole day, and you still didn't do your meditation practice, she says, just grab yourself an armchair and relax. And then you can do, we do this Anapana technique, which is observing the breath. You can do it anywhere.
Yeah.
The most important thing is to be at ease. Put yourself first in a state of ease. But this is something that then guides me to the second part for your question, what I do on a daily basis. I really made it a habit to, whenever I realize I'm tense, I feel stressed, I'm breathing very shallowly, whenever I start to realize something is not like, I'm not in my full power and at ease, I do something. I ask myself the question, what can I do right now to feel a little bit better? And it sounds so common sense and stupid, but it's magic. It really makes a difference. You seem to know what I'm talking about.
I do that too. I'm nodding because all of those things I do. And the meditation practice as well. I love how you are out there spreading the message to, you know, women that it's okay, you know, it doesn't have to be a certain way, because I'm a big believer too. I mean, I have my clients, especially the women that work in the corporate world, lock themselves in the bathroom for an extra few minutes and literally put the seat down, put their headphones in, and literally just tap out for 60 seconds. And the difference that it has on their day. So I love how you bring that in, and that you even had a mentor and a teacher that said to you, you know, ease up, it's okay, you know, it's no big deal. And it is really about feeling from the inside better, isn't it? Allowing that to impact on the outer world. I'm really interested to know if there was ever a time in your life where you perhaps really wanted to give up. And I know you've really sort of given us lots of really vulnerable and you know, inside information about your life, but I'm really passionate for our audience to, whatever point they're in their life, to get some strength from listening to you, especially the journey that you've been on. And if there was a moment, because I remember a very, you know, prominent moment in my life when I was almost going to give up, and I won't take the time away, you know, from you and share that, but I'm wondering if there was any time in your life, and what was it that you did? What resources? Was there a book perhaps? Was there, you know, a prayer or a person in your life, aside from your coach at the time?
In In my life, I always had really close people. I share everything. I open up completely. Partly they're from my family, and partly they're friends. Some I've had for a long time, and others I only met recently. There are even people that are quite close now to me I only met online, which amazes me. To me, this was always like the huge rock in my life, that I knew there are people that love me for who I am and would do everything I ask them for if only I dare, if only I let them.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I just think of them, I could list a few. I think one can see it. It lights me up. It's so beautiful. And what is magic about being a human being is, even if right now the people who watch this and listen to us don't have someone or just lost someone that was so close, what we can do right now, if you close your eyes or not, you can like go back to a moment where you were there, or you can envision a moment in the future where you're going to be there again, because this is true. There will be a moment in the future. So hope is a very powerful ingredient, of course, all the time. Now, I was talking about two things, that is love and hope, that are signature strengths I have. I work with a scientific tool when I work with clients, which is called the Bio Survey. And it's a questionnaire you do online that show you the 24 character strengths every human has. And it shows you your unique order of it. And then on top of this 24 strengths, you have your signature strengths. And I didn't know about that in some low points of my life, but I was applying it. And what I love so much about this tool, and I spread the news wherever I can, because it's a big survey you can make, and it really shifts the way you can perceive yourself, because it's only strength-based. It's not about what's not working, where you're not good at. It's about what you're best at, and what all the others has as strengths, and then we use them a bit more, a bit less. So if someone is maybe low on hope, maybe this person is strong in perseverance or leadership, and this then you can use for your life and for pulling yourself out. And the other thing I would love to share is, to me, the key ingredient, which is being kind. And kindness is also character strength, and be kind to yourself, as if you were your beloved baby or child or daughter. Like, I'm 44 now, as if I was looking at myself being my mother. And nurture yourself and give yourself whatever you need, and ask others to nurture you.
So self-care seems like it's a biggie for you, and I'm in total agreement with you. I mean, and it's something that I think, especially as women, we forget how to do, especially when we jump into life and we have a family, we have responsibilities, you know, a job, a business, and it kind of finds its way gradually to the bottom of the list. So, and also that age-old, you know, that sort of knowing that we have, that if we can't treat ourselves with loving kindness, then it's going to be hard to allow someone else to. So, just as we wrap up today, Patricia, and I know you've already shared some phenomenal nuggets of wisdom with us already, but if I was to ask you, just to tie in with the air of our conversation today, to share what your passionate message might be to our audience today, if you could pick one, what would it be?
Yeah, just let me think. I have written this down several times. So the first message I share is, what is real is now, the present moment. And that's why I wanted to just see what comes up. But a message I want to share with the world and with more than 1,000 women is that you can be thriving right now. In whatever circumstances you are now in your life, this is not in the end what makes you happy or unhappy. You can be happy right now. This, I don't want to say, don't misunderstand me, that if someone is suffering, this is not real. Not at all. But being at ease and happy and thriving right now, this is something you can commit to now and start to do it now. And there are proven steps and many ways, and then you can find your own way to be there. And the more you practice it, the more you allow yourself to take the space. And as you said, put yourself again up in this list. Because we women, we love to give. We love to look after others. We love to make an impact, and we want to save the world, and this is fabulous. But if we get to nurture this source, that this constant water that is spilling out for others, if we don't well after it, it may stop giving. I was, and I truly wish no one to be where I was, really.
Oh, I second that, Patricia. I really do. That's a very powerful last little message there. Thank you. And I know you have a gift for our audience today. So would you be able to share the details of that for them, please?
Yeah, you can go to my website. I think there is going to be a link.
Yeah, the links.
Because my name is not so easy to. It's patriciamauerhofer.com/4, and there you can get a special training I did on this 5-step process to a 5-star life. And I'd be thrilled to get to know you. You can also always contact me. I'm happy to connect with people. So thank you so much for.
Well, that's going to be on my list of things to do while I'm having a break. Thank you so much, Patricia. And I know that people listening today have shifted something that was ready to shift. So it's been a really valuable conversation. So I'm wishing you, Patricia, and all of you out there a bliss-filled rest of your day.
Thank you, Maria.